Hi, this is Miss Mayo. I wanted to take a moment to go over the syllabus with you. So please open it up by going onto Canvas, and on the side here you should see Syllabus. Click on that, and in a moment you should see Course Syllabus and this link here. Click on that link and the syllabus will open right up. Now, syllabus is the same as course expectations. Sometimes you might hear those two words used interchangeably, and they are pretty much interchangeable. In high school, we tend to say course expectations, but I like to use the term syllabus because that is generally what they tend to call it in college. Okay, so you'll notice here there is a link to a Spanish version. So perhaps you have somebody in your household who would like to read it who's more comfortable reading Spanish. You're welcome to use that. Down here is my contact information. Let's scroll down, and the course description is up here where I just scrolled past, and you do not need to read that word for word, but it just tells you a little bit about what this course is about. Now, this course information is applicable to remote learning, and we might need to make some adjustments when we resume in-person instruction. Here is a table of contents. Please do me a big favor. When you have a question about the class, consult the syllabus and look at the table of contents to see if your question might be answered by coming here. I take time to write the syllabus, and it is a little bit frustrating when I've answered the question in the syllabus and the student then does not take the time to try to find the answer themselves before asking me. I'm happy to help, but I want you to learn to help yourself too. Okay, so here are the table of contents and where you can find answers to many of your questions. Here are the supplies that you'll need. It's a Springboard online textbook. You can get that by going to Clever and clicking on Springboard, and that will come right up. And the textbook is online, and we do have paper copies of it, but because we are doing remote instruction, we're going to make use of the ebook at this time. So going back to our syllabus, you're also going to need a computer, such as a desktop, a laptop, or a Chromebook with internet access. If you have problems getting any of those resources, please contact Desert Pines or CCSD to help you acquiring the appropriate technology. If you're relying on a phone and like maybe going to the McDonald's to use their Wi-Fi or something like that, that's not going to be ideal. You really do need to have a Chromebook and internet access or something like that, and there are resources to help you if you need them. I also recommend that you have a 3-ring binder. I think it's fine to have a 3-ring binder for, one 3-ring binder for all your courses. Some instructors might require you that you have a separate binder just for their course. I only ask that you have a 2-pocket folder for your notes and any other materials. Obviously, I'm not going to be handing out a lot of papers at this time. However, I do ask that you take notes every day during direct instruction, and I want you to have a place to keep those. You also need some paper, some pens, maybe pencils, eraser, highlighters, and your basic school supplies. Here are the course objectives. I expect you to read them thoroughly and memorize them. There will be a quiz. Actually, I'm kidding. No, I just want you to know what our objectives are so that you know what you're supposed to learn during this class. Just review those on your own. Here is a course outline. It goes over the major things that we will be learning and the major assignments and tests. Coming down here, you will see how we are graded. You'll see the semester grades. We have both formative and summative assessments. Formative assessments are those things while we are forming our knowledge, and that might be daily exercises, discussion board posts, quizzes, various smaller assignments. And that is 20% of your grade. The summative assessments are those big assignments, such as our exams, major essays, big projects. I will try to make sure that you are very clear on what is formative and what is summative. If I don't say it's summative, it's probably formative. Most of the things will be do are, but those summative assessments, that's how we really know, like we sum up your knowledge in those assessments. And then you will notice here, your grade is calculated by quarter 1 and quarter 2, each being worth 40%, semester exam worth 20%. Minimum of F is applied at the first and third quarter. Please don't think that that means that you can just slack off during the first and third quarter. It just means that should you've had some difficulties during the first and third quarter, if you work hard during the second quarter, you can still pass the class if you work hard. Here are citizenship grades. Just be aware of the fact that I do not give out outstandings just because I like you or because you are kind of nice or, whatever. I expect you to be outstanding in order to earn an outstanding. If we're in the unsatisfactory zone, I probably will have talked to you before that unsatisfactory shows up on your transcript. Just know that I do expect that all of my students are behaving in an outstanding fashion. And of course, outstanding in my class means you need to be super outstanding. However, most of my students are outstanding individuals. Okay, student work and expectations. I expect that you are on time to all of our virtual meetings, unless of course you are deathly ill and you're bedridden, and then of course that is a time for you to rest and recuperate. Late work, you are going to be given at least a minimum of 1 week from the time that an assignment is posted to the time that an assignment is due, so you should have plenty of time. If you turn in an assignment late after the due date, you will be penalized 10% of the possible grade per day late. And per day means per day. That includes weekends and holidays because you can turn things in online. So those days count. And that will just continue until it's worth 0. So don't have that happen. It is your responsibility to make up any missed work or exams. If you don't come to class one day for whatever reason, I'm not going to chase you down and say, hey, remember you got some late work or you missed this exam or whatever. It is your responsibility to make that up. In order to accommodate unforeseen circumstances, I have made a caveat where each student is given 1 assignment per quarter without penalty late. Now save that, because I'm not going to give you that, freebie and then have you come back to me later and say, oh, I need another one because I had, this family catastrophe. That 1 assignment per quarter is for that catastrophe, so that I don't have to stop and judge okay, which student is telling me the truth and which ones maybe BSing, because I'm sorry to put it so bluntly. However, it does seem like when we have a major assignment or something, like a big test, suddenly every student seems to have a family emergency. So in order to accommodate that issue, I have made it so that you have 1 freebie without penalty. Don't waste it. So all late work must be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the end of the quarter in order to receive credit. I'm not going to take late work right at the last minute because I need time to grade it and put it into the grade book. So if you have something late, it's got to be in at least 2 weeks before the end of the period. I do have a grade change request form. I will be posting that in Canvas. That means if I accidentally put in a 9 when you really should have gotten a 90, you submit a grade change request form rather than coming and yelling at me or sending me an email. This makes it a lot easier for me. Same thing with if you were to say you wrote an essay and you were sure it was an A essay and you did a really great job, and I give you a C, and you think, hey, Miss Mayo was really mean and I don't really think that she was fair, rather than getting upset, submit a grade change request form, show me the evidence of why you met the criteria for an A, and I will reevaluate. And we can certainly discuss any way that we see things differently. I do have tutoring available. I am typically available from 2 to 3 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as regular office hours that I will be posting. But I have put those days aside for small group tutoring, limited to 5 students per session, first come, first serve. Now, I I do occasionally have like a meeting or something like that, so it might not be every Tuesday and Thursday. But if you do want a tutoring appointment, just email me at least 24 hours in advance. And if I am not available that day for whatever reason, I will let you know. And if I am available, I will send you a link to the Google Meet session, and you just simply show up for your tutoring at that time. Academic integrity, don't cheat, don't plagiarize. Plagiarism is like copying and pasting from SparkNotes or something like that. Don't do it. I might not catch you every time, but I will catch you sometimes, and I will be very, very cross. Grade remediation. If you're in danger of failing, don't just like sit there and, let it happen or be very sad. Come and talk to me. And, obviously I want you to stay on top of things, but if things happen and you are in danger of failing, we can talk about it. And that is an option to, have a different plan if need be. Remember, my goal in teaching you is for every student to be successful in my class, and I want you to be successful just in your life. So if you have a problem, please come and talk to me. If I can't help, I will find somebody who can, and I will do my very best to help you in any way that I can. So that is our syllabus. Feel free to put any questions into that FAQ form, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. And please sign the syllabus agreement form online by clicking here, and fill out my student survey by clicking here. All right, well, that is our syllabus overview.